how much do you actually need to start trading? But before you start trading or investing for that matter, I really highly suggest that you already have an existing emergency fund in place. If you don't know what that is, then you probably shouldn't be trading in the first place. Let me know if you want me to make a video about it. So there are two kinds of people. First person is the one that learns trading the right way and follows the steps I outlined in my latest video. Click here if you haven't watched it yet. And second, there's the kind of people who gambles immediately upon seeing a video that you can make so much money from trading and eventually loses the entire account. For your first account, I don't really recommend putting lots of your money here because you are more likely to lose half of it or lose everything completely. This is very normal in the trading space, and that's why I would suggest you don't put a lot of money. So in this account, you want to treat it like your market tuition. So for example, right, we pay tuition when we go to college, and our degree usually lasts for 4 to 5 years and possibly for the longer courses 10 years, right? So we pay for 4 years and we still don't get any income, right? But afterwards, we get to earn money when we get our job. So the same way with trading, usually our first few accounts, first few trading activity will most likely merit a loss. This is a sad reality, and you have to prepare for this reality. So you have to consider this as your tuition to learn something that will generate you income for the years to come. So now let's go towards the acceptance phase, knowing that your first account probably gonna get liquidated or burnt, and the trading is really hard. It's really hard to make money. It's so hard to make money consistently to the point that you can make a living out of it, right? Trading is a skill that takes months to years to master, and you really have to accept that. So let's establish that making a profit and learning how to trade are two separate goals. As a beginner, it's hard to accomplish them both, so I really urge you to focus on learning first. Sabi nga nila, diba? You learn first and then remove the L and then you earn. So learning comes before earning. Hindi mo kailangan madaliin yung process. You don't have to shortcut your way, because when you have a proper learning foundation, you will earn. Okay? So in the learning phase, let's address the wrong mindset that trading is easy money. It's not, right? We already know the statistics. Roughly around 95 to 99% of traders lose money. It's a very hard game. Wala tayong magagawa. Okay? So if you're asking is, so curious, how much capital do I need to make X amount of money per day? So for example, let's say 3,000 pesos per day. How much capital do I need? Well, sad to say, this question is the wrong question to ask, because this question focuses on how to make a profit rather than how to learn. The odds of succeeding and learning how to trade first are significantly higher if you focus on learning first and foremost before focusing on making a profit. And this is what we call focusing on the process. You'll hear this a lot from me, focusing on the process. Why? Look, because when you focus on the result, you only win one time. But if you focus for a process that ultimately leads to the result, you can win again and again and again. Because in trading, winning based on random clicks of buy and sell is not going to be sustainable in the long run. You have to create a system that can help you take advantage of the market in any condition. Learn, systematize, execute, and then earn. So it's a four-step process. Learning, then systematizing, executing, and then earning. Profits come in when the system is in place. Usually when you put prime emphasis on making money, you fall victim to these mistakes that beginners often make. For example, widening your stop loss, hoping that things can still turn around, right? Or doubling down on losing trade. So meaning you're already losing position and you're still adding and adding. For example, we're in a downtrend, you long, and then it went lower, you long. Keep longing until you get liquidated. That's wrong. You don't have to fight the trend. That's one mistake beginners usually make, because they can't accept the fact that they're wrong, right? Why? Kasi they can see that their money or PNL is flashing red, right? So when you focus on the money, you'll get paralyzed and often act irrationally. Third, people borrow money to trade. They think trading is easy. Kayang-kaya ko yan. They borrow money so that they have capital to begin with and eventually lose it. Fourth, they traded money they cannot afford to lose, right? For example, buong paycheck mo, sinugal mo na sa trade na to, right? You can't afford to lose that. Why? You have to pay bills. You have a family to support. You have You pay for food, for rent, for transportation. So again, do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. Again, trading is a long journey and you don't have to rush it, okay? May tamang proseso to learn and to become consistent over a long period of time. So let's get back to the question. How much money do you really need to start learning how to day trade? But before we actually answer this question, ask yourself this first. First, what's your risk tolerance? Are you more aggressive? Are you more conservative? This will determine how much capital you can put on a trading account and how much capital you're willing to lose. Second, what are your goals for learning how to trade? Is it just to get started? Is it trying to build a side hustle or additional source of income? Or do you want trading to actually be a business that can continuously yield you profit month on month, quarter on quarter, year on year? So if you just want to get started, you want to learn how to trade, I really recommend you start with $0. So how? Paper trading. Paper trading allows you to learn without burning money. It allows you to test your strategy first and develop confidence bago mo isabak sa real live account. However, when you paper trade, the only con is you cannot develop your emotional mastery because you're only playing with paper money. There's no stakes. There's no skin in the game. However, learning how to paper trade is good. Why? Because you get to experiment with setups, you get to test different strategies, and you get to observe price action, without losing any money. And this is the best way to learn, not having a trauma to begin with. Because as you grow in your trading journey, you'll realize that there are a lot of emotions that sabotage your success. And this goes deeper into the psychology part of trading, how fear, how greed, how hope, how doubt influence your trading. Now, if you really insist with trading with live accounts right off the bat, I recommend you start with a small account. So what is a small account for me? A small account for me is an account ranging from $100 to $200. So this account's main objective is to get your feet wet. But this account is less likely to incur big losses because in the first place, this account is small already. Having a small account keeps you in the game, continue learning about the market. So having a small account and risking small allows you to keep playing, keep learning without really sacrificing financial ruin. Statistics show that when a trader starts trading right away to make big profit, even if he's a brand new trader, he or she will more than likely lose it quickly within a month or two. Because the risk management is not in place. There's always a desire to keep chasing profits without having a clear understanding of risk management. So your goal as a trader when you're trading on a small account is first for the first 6 months, learn how to read price action. Get your screen time. Get your reps in. So this period is designed to train you and to test whether you're ready to put in big live fund. So in the beginning, I told you guys that you need a lot of money. Why? If it wasn't obvious, it takes money to make money. Because there's no real point in trying to flip your 5,000 pesos into 1 million. Unless, you're very lucky and there's the best market conditions, we're in the best uptrend, then fine, maybe that's gonna work. But for the vast majority, it won't work. Just essentially flipping a coin, hoping something good happens to it. Now, why do you need a lot of money? Because it's easier to make money when you have a larger capital. So take for example, you want to make $100 per day, or let's say per week. But imagine your starting capital is $100 as well. So this means that you need 100% to make $100. However, what if you had $1,000? It only needs 10%. What if you have $10,000? It only needs 1%, which is easier to do. Siyempre, yung 1%. That's why it's easier to make more money when you already have lots of money to begin with. How do you get this lots of money? By having a job, freelancing, business, or other sources of income that you can do. Now, I'm not trying to discourage you to not go into trading with a small amount of capital. I'm just saying that being undercapitalized is one of the problems or disadvantages a beginning trader faces. I talk more about it in my other video on my 10 tips on how I would learn trading from scratch. And if you think that making 10% is easy, I'm going to share with you the average annual return. So here's it in the chart. And it's hard. Okay? You can't expect to double your money every week or every day or every month. Not realistic, okay? So usually aim for a 4% monthly target, and even that is already a bit too ambitious because most banks in the Philippines offer 6% return on annual rate, right? The goal as a trader is to just beat inflation. When you beat inflation, your money retains its value. So you can probably aim for 10% annually. That's gonna be very huge already. But as traders, obviously, when the market conditions are very good, we can aim for way higher rates of return, right? But as a beginning trader, I doubt you're gonna get there, right? So in this day and age, there's already a solution to being undercapitalized. And that's what we call prop firms. So for example, my Forex funds or FTMO. This solves the problem na you have low capital. However, ang kalaban lang is you have to pay a small fee and you need to pass the challenge. And this challenge is quite difficult, right? Most people fail this challenge. But if you already have a system in place or a strategy in place, then you pass this challenge, then you get access to a large amount of capital. And again, what did I say in my previous point? When you have more money, it's easier to make more money. So take, for example, let's say you pass a 50,000 pound challenge. If you make 1% weekly, that's $500, approximately 25,000 weekly. That's gonna average to 100,000 monthly. 6 figures, right? That's just earning 1% weekly. 1% weekly. And I assume that's pretty doable compared to, earning 5% weekly or 10% or, doubling your account weekly, right? So if you want to buy a challenge, feel free to use my affiliate links in the comment sections below. That's going to help this channel a lot. Alright, so the real answer is, if you'd ask me personally, I'd say that you need around 250,000 pesos to 500,000 pesos to effectively learn day trading and to consistently make money on a regular basis without sacrificing risk. But I know in the Philippines, it's hard to get the amount of money. So either you get a Forex funded account, or second, you start with a small account and then develop a system that has a higher win rate and then up your risk when the market conditions are favorable. Hopefully that answers the question. There's still a lot of stuff that goes into this question. It's really hard to answer and give one amount to start with, but hopefully you find value in this video. If you like my content, feel free to like and subscribe to this channel. If you don't, then it's fine. Alright, Pios out.